Libra, happy December. I hope you are doing well. Okay, this is a love throw for single Libras for the month of December. Okay, I threw cards because I want to kind of see if there's any residual in here that may hinder you from a healthy relationship, right? We can get ahead of those things. I think I can see some stuff here that we'll talk about. Okay, um, yeah, but let's throw the dice first, okay, the love dice first, and see what they have to say. Okay. Okay, what does love hold for single Libras for the month of December? What does love hold for single Libras for the month of December? Okay, fruit. Okay, loss of control, lust, or derailed. Okay, I kind of see what happened here. um, but again, we'll go over it, and I'll try to give you my input on this. Okay, now, um, tell me something about it. Tell me something about it. Tell me something about it. Okay, it's the face. Okay, third person, infidelity, jealousy. It's kind of written through the cards here, but um, if it's showing up, guys, hold off a bit on getting into something new. What is the timeline? What is the timeline here? What time? When will Libra be able to? When will Libra, single Libra, be in a healthy place to find a happy, healthy, loving relationship? The Bull. Near a celebration regarding a day in honor of you, like your birthday or something like that. Um, Given your birthday just passed, but watch your sun, moon, and rising. Okay, this won't pertain to all of you, but I can kind of see what happened here, and I think that you can be on either end of this, but I'm going to hit this in a way that I feel here. Okay, we come in with the Passion card, the Trust card, and the Page of Swords. Okay. Okay, I think that, given we came in with um, the Lust card, and now these are the two things that cross you: appreciation, push me, pull me, and the Three of Coins. Three of Cups, I'm sorry. Now, in the past here, you've got rejoicing, betrayal, and the Four of Swords. Okay. In the future here, now this card fell out, and I'm thrilled that it fell out because the devotion card has been coming up for most of the throws, but in here I'm thrilled that it fell out. Okay, because I think that you really need that. I don't think you're ready yet, to get into this if this pertains to you. That's why I say watch your sun, moon, and rising. Now you've got benediction, devotion, villain, and the King of Cups. Okay, this is someone who can very easily uh, be carried away by his emotions, right? But let's just look at this. I think what's happened here is passion can't be created. If this was a relationship that really was built on lust and superficial things, it wouldn't go anywhere. You know what I mean? So if that's what happened, um, it wasn't really built on anything anyway. But if this is a pattern of yours, if you're getting into relationships that don't have sustainability, this isn't going to be, you know, for you, because what I think really happened here is I think that You know, you may have gotten into something, you may have blindly trusted someone, you may have jumped into something, right, that was more physical than on the same page for something with more staying power than um, just something, you know, really quick. Because that would be what the Page of Swords would be about. Now, what crosses this is appreciation, right? It's appreciating everything in your life for a specific reason. We've got push me, pull me here with the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups can be a third party, and clearly it is in here. Um, but you may have been more serious about someone, or they were to you, or this is a pattern of yours where, you know, you get one foot in the door and then you do the, you know, fear and their habits, right? They're habits that we get into that we get stuck between. Um, Fear and courage, they will paralyze you, right? They'll let you align with superficial relationships, or you actually jump into them thinking that the other person, you know, is as much invested as you are. But when we're going so fast, we don't reference the red flags. We miss them entirely, right? And that's the push me, pull me, you know. Now over here, you've got the Four of Swords, which is taking a time out, stepping away from whatever this was, right? Which is good because I think you really needed some downtime. Now, the betrayal here, you know, can be something that, you know, if you're 1 foot in and 1 foot out, you know, either the other person didn't know where their place was or you didn't, or they got tired of the dance that was playing here. Whatever it is, dysfunction was in here for sure, but it can be behaviors and patterns that we develop over time, right? That need to be broken, or this becomes the new pattern. Okay, so we've got rejoicing and we've got betrayal, and the four. Rejoicing is it's telling me that you need some time out to reconnect with source. You need to get your divine connection back so that you can start to stand on your own 2 feet here. Now, the irony here is, which I think is wonderful, is on the outbound, we've got benediction and devotion. Devotion is, I'm going to take some time now and I'm going to really look at myself. I'm going to invest some time in myself and figure out what it is here that I'm doing. Do I get in relationships and I just steamroll over the other person to get what I want? Or do I welcome those kind of relationships in for me, right? Because benediction is it's a card of, again, I got to connect to source here. I'm disconnected and I'm floundering. And when we're not connected and we think we can do this on our own, and you know, we get over a hump and then we're like, okay, I don't need to be divinely connected. I can do this on my own. You'll crash and burn. And that keeps patterns rolling in a really destructive way. It keeps 1 foot in the door and 1 foot out of the door. And then the people that, you know, we get into relationships with, they don't know, you know, if we're coming, if we're going. You can be on either end of this. This could have been done to you too, you know, but my point is, it's dysfunction in here, right? Now, given we're coming in with uh, trust and the Page of Swords, that's like an oxymoron, right? Passion, though, is passion, and if it runs through the village, it's gonna be short-lived, right? Because you've got no foundation, you know, usually to build something off of there. But when you're divinely connected and you're looking at things here, when I see the betrayal card, that's already telling me that there's habits here that need to be let go. And what'll impose on your connection with the divine is anxiety. That cuts you right off. So you're basically floundering by yourself, you know. So these two really need to be joined. You need to get some divine guidance here. You really need to connect with source, and you need to look at why you do maybe the things that you do, or why you're okay with welcoming in relationships with people that really are not, they're not looking for the same things. You know what I mean? Now we've got villain and the King of Cups. Okay. He's mastered his emotions for the most part, but again, nobody gets through something completely. It's always in the back part of our mind here. I think that with villain, it's a time where we really need to, you know, are we steamrolling, like I say, over people to get what we want? Are we really not taking their feelings into consideration due to, we may have developed this pattern right? Like scarcity. It's the scarcity mentality, right? I'm just going to take it. I'm going to take it because if I don't take it, I'm never going to have it. It's like, how do I say? It's it's a false sense of entitlement, right? It's a false sense of entitlement. But if we don't get a hold on that, that runs through all of the relationships that we've got, not just one-on-one relationships. Um, it's the winning at all cost kind of deal, and I have to really camp out on that Page of Swords because that's what he does. That's what he could very easily do. So you're getting into relationships here that are only going to cause you heartbreak. But the Devotion card is I'm going to take a minute. You don't get to be the king of anything in any suit. It's gender, it's not gender specific, but we don't get in that progression unless we've had to go through these things. So these are learning curves. These are things so that this is a strong reading. It's something you really want to take a look at because this is something that can really, really trip you up. Because if you're doing this and you're manipulating people in relationships, you're never going to have a relationship that's got staying power. If you're bullying someone in a relationship or they're doing that to you, if you've got someone, you know, that you care about or that really cares about you and you're playing games with them, you know, that's not going to get you anywhere either. Because I assure you that card, the betrayal card and the push me, pull me, and the villain card, if we don't get a hold of that, that's where we pick up karma and we'll get in a relationship now that we want staying power in, and the person will do this. It's consequence for actions that we've taken. So I don't feel, based on the fortune throws either and the cards, I don't feel that now is really a time for you to be getting into a relationship. It's more of a time to look at what are the ones that I'm getting into, right? So I think there's some reflection here. I think that this is something though that's very deeply rooted. I don't think this is something that can just take a glance and just get through it. I think this is something that's pretty steeped in part of who you are that needs to be unlearned, to learn something new. Libra in a relationship, you're not real good with boundaries, right? You either do so much for someone else that you become absorbed with them that the relationship can be suffocated. This needs to be a balanced relationship because that's what that benediction card is about. It's about balance though. It's about loving yourself and loving another person and not stealing one soul to take another, right? So that's what that's like in here, and given that we take a jump from a page to a king, I don't think it's genuine. I think it may be a facade. You may think you have a handle on it, but you may not. So for the betterment of yourself, um, really ask yourself if the people you're getting in a relationship with are worthy of you. If you're ready for a relationship, because this to me looks like a tap dance, right? A 1 foot in, 1 foot out, or you're just blindly believing what people are telling you without you really knowing who the people are, and they're deceiving you, right? But no one can really deceive us unless we've deceived ourselves first, right? You know what I mean? So it looks like there's some work to do here because this looks like this is pretty much steeped in a pattern of doing things for a very long time. So um, if you want a private reading, I'll be more than happy to do that for you. But I think like given your birthday just passed, and this is saying your birthday time, a day of recognition, you may need to take 2018 to really look at how to break this cycle. Because I think that someone either just, you allow people to just consistently take from you, or you're doing that to other people. But given we've got the lust and the you know the throws that came in here with the fortune balls there, it's just saying that you may get into relationships that are just a little bit superficial, right? And I think that if the other people are caring about you more than you're really caring about them, there'll be consequences for that for sure. So you don't want to go into the new year doing that. Plus you want a relationship, I guess, that would be happy, right? If you don't, then make it known to the person that, hey, look, this is not going to have any longevity, but you know, you're good enough to date, but you're not good enough to marry. You know, that's kind of what you're putting out there, or you're just not even good enough to date. You're good enough to sleep with is kind of what this is about. So ask yourself, you know, what you want to do about that, because that's not going to really get you where you want. Okay, so there you go. There's your love reading. I wish it were better, but sometimes, you know what? We do have to really appreciate everything in here. We have to appreciate everything in life, right? Because they all teach us something. So be grateful for whatever this was. Even it looks pretty painful and pretty messy, but I'm going to have to say that, you know, you want to look at your patterns here. So be it on whatever end of the coin. But if this does not pertain to you, watch the other signs, okay? Thank you so much. Happy December, Libra.